Converting your Python file to an executable, EXE file. It is obvious that we must be having Python installed on our system if we are planning to convert our .py Python files to an EXE file. But for some reason, if your system has no Python installed, then let us start with Python installation. Search Python in your browser. Click on the python.org link. Here, click on Downloads. As we are creating EXE files, download the Python for Windows. Once downloaded, run the installer. We can either install it in the current user's default location, or we can customize the installation. But make sure, Add python.exe to path is checkmarked. I will go for the custom installation. Make sure that this pip checkbox is selected. This will install pip, which is Python's preferred installed program. Then click Next. This is the default installation location of Python for the current user. You may change it. I will install Python for all users, so I will checkmark this checkbox. The installation path is also changed. Do remember the installation location as we may require it later on. Make sure that Add Python to Environment Variable is also checked. Click Install. The installation will start. When it is completed, click on Close. Our Python installation is completed. We can verify this on the command prompt. Open your command prompt and type Python and then press Enter. You should see something like this, with Python's version number. Let us exit it. But suppose, if you get a message saying Python is not recognized as an internal or external command, then it means the path to the Python installation folder is not set in the environment variable. We will see how to set that. Go to Python's installation directory, which we mentioned while the installation process. For me it is C drive. Program files. Python 3.1.1. Copy the path. Search environment variables in the search bar, and click Edit the system environment variables. In this System Properties window, click Environment Variables. Under the heading, System Variables, search and select the variable name, path. Click on Edit. Here we will have to add the path to the Python folder. Click on New. Here, paste the previously copied path to our Python folder. Click OK. Now go back to the Python directory, and navigate to the scripts folder. Copy this path, and add it to the environment variables in the same way. Click OK, to close all windows. We will close this, and open a new command prompt window. Now type Python, and press Enter. This time you should get this along with the Python's version number. If you are still getting an error, then you better reinstall Python again. Now, moving further, we will check if the Python Package Manager, pip, is installed or not. This we can test by typing pip command and pressing Enter. You should see the result something like this. But if you get error message stating, pip is not recognized as an internal or external command, then either the path to pip is not set in the environment variables, or the pip is not installed in your system. The location of pip.exe is present in the scripts folder of your Python installation directory. If you can see pip.exe in it, then set the path of scripts folder in environment variables as discussed before. But if you don't see pip.exe here, then you need to install it manually. We can download the getpip.py file using curl and this location, through this command. Once it is done, type python space getpip.py, and press Enter. This will install pip in your system. The pip is installed successfully. Here our pip is installed. But I am getting a warning that the location where pip is installed is not in the path. So we will have to set its path in the environment variables. Otherwise, we will get an error stating that pip is not recognized as an internal or external command. Once the path is set in environment variables, we can type pip in the command prompt and verify. We should see output like this. But if curl doesn't work for you, then download the getpip.py file manually. In your browser, search for getpip.py. Click on this bootstrap.pypa.io link. Right-click and click on Save As. Save this getpip.py file to a location on your system. I am placing it in my D drive pip folder. Click Save. Now open your command prompt and navigate to the location where you just saved your getpip.py file. Here is our file. Now type python space getpip.py and press enter. The pip will be installed. I already had pip installed, so it was uninstalled first, and got reinstalled again. If a warning is shown, then add the path shown in the warning to the environment variable. Then verify your pip installation. You should see output like this. Let us start the process of creating an executable from our Python file. This main.py is my Python file consisting of code to recover stored Wi-Fi SSID passwords. We will use pip to install a package named pyinstaller. To do so, in your command prompt type the following command: pip install pyinstaller and press enter. Pyinstaller bundles a Python application and all its dependencies into a single executable package. The user can run the package without installing a Python interpreter or any modules. Once the pyinstaller is installed, navigate to the location where your Python file is. Now to create the EXE, type the following command: pyinstaller space -one file space complete name of your Python file. This one file argument will create a single executable file that includes all the dependencies. Otherwise, all dependencies will be added as separate files and folders. Press enter to start the process of creating the executable. This may take some time depending on your project size and its dependencies. Once the process is completed successfully, we can navigate to the location to check our executable file. This is our Python file, and inside the dist folder, we can find the executable file that we just created. This is a standalone executable. We can move this executable file to any location and run it. I will copy it to a location in my E drive and execute it from there. Let us run it. We are getting all our stored SSID names with their saved password displayed on the console. Our main.py file is successfully converted to an executable. Let me copy and run this executable on my virtual machine. It is a Windows 10 virtual machine with nothing installed, other than MS Office. Let us run the command prompt in our virtual machine and check if Python is installed or not. This command should give the version number of Python if it is installed. But as we can see from this message, Python is not installed. My virtual machine has only saved credentials of one SSID, named data. Now let us run our executable file and see if it is giving us the desired result or not. And yes, we are able to recover the stored credential of my saved SSID. This is how we can easily convert our Python file into an executable using the package named pyinstaller. We have also seen how to install Python and pip and resolution to environment variables path-related issues that may arise. If you liked the information, then please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your time and patience. Have a nice day.